What's up, Poddy people? Today is day 25, I believe, and we've come back round to week 3 of the taper. So we have got a 292.5 squat. This will match my best ever squat, both in comp and outside of comp, but we're aiming to hit it around an 8.5 comparative to the 10 it was at comp. And then we've also got some Larsen press. I think it's like a 215 single, so it's nothing really that special or that difficult. The motivation, I feel like at the start of the week, is kind of at a low. I think it's because I'm not back in that routine of gym. This weekend I took a nice weekend off, kind of both mentally and physically, and it's a case of I need to start getting back into that mentality. I think especially as well, there's nerves. First day is heavy squat, something I've always kind of struggled with. So I think it's a case of, as I become a more confident lifter, I will be more motivated. But for now, it's whatever. I'm training, or I'm helping a guy get to the gym today. I've trained with him a couple of times at Pure Gym, but he wants to come try out the calibrated plates at Base Gym. So I'm giving him a lift, hence why the intro is here and not in the car, just because I don't know whether he's comfortable being on camera, and to be honest, easier to do it here than figure all of that out later. The accessories are the same as last week. I don't think we're going to be pushing accessories very hard in these final 2 weeks, give our body the best chance of recovery. And besides that, it's a sunny day. I just hope it warms up a little bit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you when we get up to that working set and squat. Catch. Cheers, boys. That sucked ass. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was just really unsure of my form for that entire rep. And I think it showed, to be honest. I don't really know what is going wrong between last week and this week. To be fair, I have this all the time, where I'm just yeah, I've got it. And then, 2 days later, a week later, it just goes out the window. To be fair, I don't think I'm sitting into my quads properly. It looks like, I don't know whether or not you can see this, but it looks like instead of sitting into my quads like this, I'm almost getting squeezed out the back. And to be fair, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm not using my quads at all. And I think I'm just getting squeezed out the back because I think my adductors after last week's session got so tight because they were being used that they've basically shut off my upper pelvis. So I can't get my hips in between to get over my quads because my pelvis is just locked. So my pelvis has to sit behind the legs rather than in between them. That would be my educated guess anyway. But regardless of what it was really difficult. So I'll assess whether I think back downs are a good idea. I might just drop the weight down to something ridiculously like 170. Because given that this is a taper and that moved at basically RPE 10, we've jumped the gun by a week. And it's not the worst thing in the world by any means, but it is something that I need to get ahead of. So I think for now, we are going to look at, instead of doing a drop down 4 at 6, which would be 250 something, I just think that would just be awful right now. I think instead I'm going to look to do maybe a drop down set at 4, which would probably be closest, maybe let's say 220. I think I'm going to drop down 220. My left tibia did not rotate for that one, so that's also another thing I can tell that went wrong. So
yeah, I need to figure out why I'm not sitting in between my legs as much.
I think it's just tightness. I do feel exceedingly tight. But here's what it is. We move. And I will do my back offs now. See you for those. Oh. 220 instead of 4 at hopefully like a 4. I need to try and get my back's tension set and actually sit into my quads. I was watching basically all my warm-ups and I was just like here and then just getting thrown out the back. So I need to sit through it. That was tough. Not as in like tough because the weight, just a lot of time and attention. I think the first rep was really nice. I think I might have lost a bit of weight. I think the reason, or one of them, that my squats are feeling like a little bit unstable, a little bit weird today is I did my belt up, breathed into it, and I was like, this doesn't feel as tight as it was last week. And then I've kind of like stood up at the top and I can feel my hip shifting because the belt just isn't tight enough. I mean, losing weight is great, or losing fat, but I'm now in between the size of the belt again, which is really goddamn annoying. The first rep I sat into my quads really nicely. I think it was like rep 3, I just couldn't feel my brace and ended up just tipping my hips back, trying to find some kind of tension to sit on. And that was basically what happened to my top set. Was like I tipped my hips back thinking, oh, I'll be able to find something here, and it ended up just kicking my ass out the back of the squat. So ups and downs, people, ups and downs, but it's fine. I'm going to take a lot of time on Thursday with my pause squat, because if I can get basically like my squat pattern down on the Thursday session, then I'm very confident that I'll be able to pull it through again for Monday in the 300 kilo. But for now, we'll mark that down as 0-1 to the bar, and we'll move on to a 215 Larsen press, which should be all right. Just going to mark everything. Important note to everybody, put your RPE in your chart when your coach gives it to you. It helps them know what you felt. Right. Awesome sauce. 215 single on Larsen press. I'll see you for that. Oh. So because I was struggling to get my shoulders to properly retract and get my shelf, I think my shoulder on my top set on my right side slipped under, and because of that it is hurting. Like, it's not any long lasting damage, nothing like that. It's irritated. It's probably just massively stretched out my front delt, and because of that I just did a 200 single Larsen press, and I was like, yeah, it's fine, I can move 215, but it's not comfortable. And
I have zero intentions of actually fucking up my bench for the sake of a heavy Larsen press. So I've dropped to 170. I'm going to do some close grip, really controlled, just long range of motion, try and see if I can like feel this pain out. And then I'm going to go to accessories, and I'm probably going to skip incline dumbbells. So it's going to be a really short video today because it's just going to be this. Static Bulgarian split holds, and then pull-ups and V-bar push-down, just to save my shoulder, because I am not risking the biggest bench in British history for the sake of a measly 215 Larsen press. I'm just going to leave bench there for today. No point hurting myself. So I'll see you for accessories.